Hi everyone, I'm Naima and I am documenting this because I am having a breast reduction procedure. And the reason I wanted to document this was because I have PVCs, which is called premature ventricular contractions. And it's a heart condition basically where a beat comes in too quickly and then it seems like you skip a beat, but I'm basically having too many PVCs in 24 hours. I was diagnosed with that in 2018. I tried regulating it with medicine. I tried 3 different medicines. None of them worked for me. So I decided to just go the natural way. I'm a big follower of the medical medium, and basically with his books, it basically just tells you that you can heal yourself through natural things found in the earth, like fruits and veggies and just different things like that. So that's what I've been mostly trying to do. Trying to move towards a plant-based diet. I haven't been completely successful with that yet, but I have increased my intake of fruits and veggies, and I've limited the amount of sugar. I don't do added sugar, and I try to stay away from junk food. And then I don't eat meat as much, and not as much dairy either. So eventually, hopefully, I can get to completely plant-based. I'm trying. It's hard because, of course, you're raised with eating meat and dairy, and meat's not a huge problem for me, but dairy, I love dairy. I love ice cream. I love having Special K cereal with milk. Of course, I use lactose-free milk. But again, like those things I'm trying to push out of my diet, and I absolutely love cheese. I love cheese. Ugh, that's the hardest thing. I love cheese on everything. Anyway, so I've decided to get a breast reduction because I've had pretty much since 8th grade, my breasts were a D cup. And it's always been a little difficult, especially with playing sports in high school. And it was just hard. They've always just kind of felt like a burden to me. So I have 2 little boys. Ethan is 8 and Gavin just turned 6. And after having them, my breasts got even larger. I am a G cup now, so I went from a D to a G, and even after losing weight, they still didn't go back down to size, which I've always felt like having a D was a little bit too big for me anyway, like my body and my frame. And I will post some pictures so you can see. So check out the pictures that I post of how I used to look. And even when I was a lot smaller, my breasts were big, but they didn't look as big, but they were definitely, I felt, bigger than my body could handle because it causes me to slouch. And then right now I'm dealing with a lot of neck, back, and shoulder pain. So I decided a year ago to put the wheels in motion to start the process for getting a breast reduction. I'm just looking for a better overall quality of life because right now just wearing a bra hurts. First of all, I pay like $60 for, bras that fit. And then, when they're being held up all day, by the end of the night, I have such a dull ache in my back. So when I'm home, I'm pretty much braless. As long as I don't have any company at my house, I'm not wearing a bra. It hurts my back so much. And then even with, doing household type things. So if I give the kids a bath, if I sweep the floor, if I'm cleaning the kitchen, those things cause my back to really hurt, and it just aches. And it's like, I just have to lay down and just not do anything. So I'm over this back pain. I want to feel better. I also want to look better in my clothes. I want to be able to, buy a swimsuit without worrying about, getting a larger cup size. And it's just so many things. I recently went to the beach with my family, and I took a picture with my brother and sister, my baby brother and my baby sister. They're 9 and 10 years younger than me, and I didn't like how I looked in the dress. My breasts looked way too big. They look way too big for my body. My proportions are just off, and I'm just ready for a better quality of life. And I know this is an elective thing, but if you've dealt with big breasts in the neck and shoulder and back pain, you understand. So I went for my pre-op appointment today. It was fairly simple. All I did was paperwork. It took me about 20 minutes to read through everything. I read through every single thing. So I know the risk and I know what to expect. And then he prescribed me pain medicine as well as medicine for nausea, and then a stool softener because some of the pain medicine can cause constipation and things of that nature. That's all the fun stuff. So he let me know how it will be the day of surgery, and that the procedure will be about an hour and a half to 2 hours, which, makes me feel better about having the procedure, knowing that I won't be under anesthesia for a very long time. I've never been under anesthesia. I am a little bit nervous about it just because I do have PVCs, but my doctor has assured me that he's worked on people with PVCs before and they haven't had any issues. PVCs is common. Most people have PVCs. There's a problem when you're having more than 20,000 PVCs in a 24-hour period, which I was having. After changing my diet, I do feel like it went down a little bit. I mean, I can literally like check my pulse, and I can feel the skipped beats while checking my pulse. So, there are times where, like, if I'm doing yoga, if I'm practicing more deep breathing, if I'm making sure that I don't have sugar in my diet, then usually I'll feel them less and less. So I've cut out sugar, for the most part, added sugar. So I'll still eat fruits. I've cut out added sugar and junk food, and I've cut out alcohol, and I've cut out caffeine. Caffeine was the hardest thing to cut out. So I'm hoping that everything that I've done has set me up to just be, perfectly fine going through the procedure. I'm not worried about the procedure itself. The anesthesia is a thing that I'm a little anxious about, but I'm also excited about having the procedure done. So I'm more excited than I am anxious, which I'm glad about that. We are going through this COVID-19 pandemic. So when I go to the surgery center, my husband, he's not allowed to come in. He has to stay in the car. The doctor will call him after my procedure to let him know how it went. And then the nurses will call him again when I'm done with recovery. So my doctor says that the surgery will take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then I'll be in recovery for about an hour and a half. And I have my pain meds that they prescribed me. So I have all the things that I need. My husband is going to take off work for 3 weeks. He's going to do, FMLA. He's going to care for me, and he's going to be there for the kids. I was hoping that my mom could come out. My mom is a nurse, and she wanted to come out, but she wasn't able to get off work. This is the third scheduling of this. I initially had it scheduled for March, and then I rescheduled that on my own. However, if I didn't reschedule it on my own, it would have been canceled anyway because of COVID-19. And then I was scheduled for, I believe, May 8th is what I was scheduled for. And then, no, I was initially scheduled for April, and then I canceled that on my own because I wanted an earlier surgery time, because it's going to be on a Friday, and I didn't want it to interfere with my kids and school and, all that stuff. But then it was moved to May 8th, and it was canceled. At first we were thinking that I was going to be able to do the surgery because, we weren't sure when they would pick back up, and they hadn't canceled it. But then they ended up canceling it like less than 2 weeks before, which was a bummer because my sister actually came out to be with me because she was going to help care for me while my husband cared for the kids. That didn't happen. We still had a great time when she came to visit. And so now now I'm scheduled for a week, which is June 26th. I'm probably going to post this after everything. So, but June 26th, 2020, that is my date. I am very excited. I cannot wait. My surgeon, I think, is a great surgeon. I saw 2 surgeons before deciding. My insurance is with Kaiser Permanente, and Kaiser Permanente is an HMO, which is great. However, you're limited with the amount of choices that you have. So they have 3 doctors that perform breast, so 3 plastic surgeons that perform breast reduction. I had an appointment last fall, I think in October, with one of them. I didn't really like his before and afters. With his before and afters, I noticed that, you know, on the black women, the results didn't look as good. I saw two after pictures of black women, and like one nipple was pointing straight, the other one was kind of pointed in. And so it just felt like to me that perhaps he didn't take enough care with these black women to make sure that, you know, their breasts were aesthetically pleasing. Now, yes, this is for like a medical thing to relieve the pressure, but we're still women and we still want them to be aesthetically pleasing. So I met with this recent surgeon who I'm going through the surgery with in January, and I saw his afters and I loved them immediately. He had afters of black women, and even their scars looked good. So I'm confident that he's going to make this look good. And the first surgeon I met with said the surgery would be 4 hours. And the surgeon that I'm going with, he's saying 1.5 hours to 2. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that it seems like he is thorough, and the end result is good. I even Googled both of them. I couldn't really find many reviews on the first surgeon, but the second one I found reviews on him, and they were great. Everyone talked about how great his bedside manner is, how he's so nice, and you know, my meetings with him have proven that he's a very nice person, and he's confident that everything is going to go well with my surgery, and that helps me. His confidence helps me be confident and comfortable with going through with the breast reduction procedure. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to show you guys my results. I will post about the day of the surgery and all the stuff in between. And then I also plan to document everything. So I plan to do a weekly post about how my healing is going and how everything is going afterwards. And I'm praying for no complications. I don't think that I will have any. I'm very healthy. Everything's been going really well so far. So I believe that this is great for me. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to just have an overall better life, and I'm ready to look better in clothes, and I just can't wait to have smaller breasts. I told my surgeon I'd like to be a C cup, but a small C. So I don't want to be close to a D at all. I'd really like to be a B, but I think a B might be too small. So a small C is fine with me. Even if it's a full B, I'd be okay with that. But I told him a small C. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys follow me on my journey. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will check in later.